Hey YouTubers, Raven here.
Starfire!
And today, not tonight, today, we're talking about last night's episode of Supergirl.
Season 5, Episode 12, Back from the Future Part 2.
I thought it was a pretty decent episode.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Of course, no, I don't think any of the episodes this season has been bad.
I don't either. Like, they've all been pretty good.
Yeah. I did find it odd because I'm so used to seeing them together now that the only scene with Kelly was with Andrea.
Yeah.
Like, when they were at the bar and like everything, I expected that the person walking in was gonna be Kelly, and not
Yeah.
what's his face?
Lex. No, not Lex.
The boyfriend, not boyfriend.
Oh, William.
Yeah. Like I expected it to be Kelly, and then it was him. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I loved when they did karaoke though.
Yes.
Like, that was so fun.
Wynn is so right. You don't harmonize like that and it not be something special.
Right. And like, we know that Melissa Benoist can sing. So, like, I knew that it was going to be great from her side. But, like, but I mean, the whole point of karaoke is just to have fun. Like, even if you make a fool out of yourself,
I love how she was making a fool out of herself.
Yeah.
She was like,
I know. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But it's hard not to with that song. Because it's, like, such an iconic song, you know? And it's done a lot in karaoke.
Is it?
I think. I don't know. Maybe it's not. But, I mean, it's just a song that you can do, like, a lot of motions to. And a lot of, like, different movements and stuff. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, the whole Toyman thing just kind of for me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that we got to see two versions of Wynn. Like, we got to see him as the evil, Toyman, and then we got to see, like, our future Wynn. So it wasn't just him being evil. Like,
right, and I like the closure he got with his dad.
Right, me too. So, yeah, so that part about it. Because, like, at first, going into it, we thought he was just going to be evil Wynn. Right? And then, like, we see that he also is, he's trying to stop that version.
Yeah, that's from last week.
So, yeah, I'm glad that we got to see both. And, yeah.
Yeah. So, when Wynn was talking about... Win-win. When he was talking about, call signs, and he told them his was computer lad.
Yeah.
He said lightning lass, and I freaked a little bit. And then I freaked again a little bit later because I was like, wait a minute, it's lightning lad, not lightning lass. So they gender bit him? That's cool. So, like, yeah, that was, I enjoyed that.
That was your, like, fangirl moment.
Yes. Yes. Because now I'm imagining a gender-bent version of the Lightning Lad that I saw in the animated show that I watched with them.
Oh my gosh, this is so random. But where was I at? I think it was the library, and I saw in, like, the kids section, I saw these books for Animorphs, and it totally made me think of you.
Yeah, no, Animorphs are in the kids section.
There was, like, 3 books.
Only 3?
Yeah.
Damn. I mean, this library is small. But there's, like...
Because I was there on Friday, and, because I had to return a book, and then that's when I took the picture of that Dorothy Must Die to like remind you to get it.
Right.
And because they had all of them there, all 4 of them. But then I was like looking in the kids section because I needed books for like a lesson that I have to do.
Right.
And I needed like picture books, and so I was over there and I saw the Animorphs, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. There's like the same amount of Animorph books as Boxcar Children. Like there's like a bajillion.
Yeah.
Or I guess like Nancy Drew or whatever you want to compare it to.
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, I have a bunch of Nancy Drew books over there, but like, I don't know how many there are actually.
Right.
Like, so.
I mean, there is less than the Boxcar Children because the Boxcar Children has like over 200.
Yeah, I feel like it's that.
Like
I feel like it's Boxcar Children and like Babysitter's Club that have the most amount. Yeah.
But yeah, no, Animorphs has like over 100.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then the kids version of Left Behind has like 120.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no,
Dang.
like I prefer that over the adult version. It's so good.
Yeah.
But you know, yeah.
Sorry.
The like the whole like lightning lass like that it got to me because like I was saying, you know, I watched the Legion of Superheroes, the cartoon.
Right.
And you see Lightning Lad. And then in Smallville, you see Lightning Lad.
Yeah.
And so, like, I'm just imagining a ginger bent Lightning Lad.
So he actually said lass. He didn't say
He said
lass.
lass.
Okay.
Yeah. Lightning Lass. And I'm like, wait, instead of a brother, he's got a sister? Are they both ginger bent? Or is it now just a pair of sisters instead of a pair of brothers? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when he was listing them off, I was waiting for Bouncing Boy, and it never came.
Bouncing Boy.
Or Triplica Girl.
Triplica Girl.
I loved her. Or like, oh, what's his name? The werewolf one.
I like werewolves. I actually prefer werewolves to vampires. Just because I feel like vampires is done all the time.
Right.
And it's like overdone. And then like you hardly ever see werewolf stuff, so I like seeing that because you don't see it very often. And I just think the whole transformation with it is so cool.
Yeah.
So I like that more.
Yeah.
I like vampire stuff, but to an extent. I'm not obsessed with it.
Right. But yeah, so you know, I was just like that was a great little thing for me. I know he listed off some others, but they kind of went in one ear and out the other because I didn't recognize them.
Yeah. I think that's how it was for me. Like, I think I heard what he was saying, but it just, like, completely, like, just went over my head.
Yeah. I was like, well, he's listing off names. Who's he gonna list off?
Yeah.
And the only one I recognized was Lightning. Lightning Lass.
Lightning Lass.
So... Oh my gosh, if they got someone to play her, I would so want Karen Gillan.
Yes!
Because it's a redhead.
Oh my gosh!
Because Lightning Lad is a redhead, so it's like...
I just want to see her in everything now, honestly, because she's amazing.
Yeah.
And I love her.
Yes. But then again, you know, if she was ever actually in a DC thing, she'd probably be in the movies.
Yeah.
But she is currently in Marvel, but you can't tell that it's her.
Yeah.
You know, so she could always double as a different character.
Because I totally did not even know that was her. Like, I didn't. But that was before I'd gotten to her seasons of Doctor Who, so I wasn't really familiar with her.
Right.
And then going back and seeing it, I'm like, she's Nebula? What? Like, what?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that final scene you had with her when she was saying goodbye to 11, like, you could tell she was wearing a wig, is because it was during or directly after
the first Guardians,
because she shaved her head for the first Guardians.
Yeah.
So. But, you know, like, I would want someone like her, you know, just because I love her so much.
Yeah, and I mean, I love seeing, like, people that have been in Doctor Who do other things, especially, like, superhero-related things, like Matt Smith being in Morbius.
Or Arthur being Rip Hunter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I haven't seen Jessica Jones, but David Tennant being the villain in that, and, like, you know, things like that. So.
Yeah. I mean, as long as
John Barrowman is freaking Malcolm Merlin, like, you know?
as long as they keep Lightning Lass a redhead, I'm fine. Like, I don't know, it just, to me, it seems... To me, I don't care about the gender of the character. It seems almost like I just strictly relate it with a redhead.
Right. It's almost like the whole Lois thing. That's why people had so many issues with, like, the Lois in Man of Steel, because normally Lois has always been a brunette, and, like, Amy
in
Adams
Justice
was redhead.
League and in Superman, the animated series, it depends on who's coloring her in.
Okay.
She's black-haired. You know?
Like Wonder Woman in Justice League. Yeah.
So it's just a dark hair color that she usually has, so I don't really...
But I mean, people were still really, like, butthurt about it.
Right.
They're like, Amy Adams is a redhead. Lois has never been a redhead.
But her red hair was so dark, you could hardly tell she was a freaking redhead.
Yeah, and I think she's a good Lois.
Yeah, I liked her.
I'm biased, though.
And the only thing I had issue with, I mean, besides the whole emo Superman thing for that, was the symbol does not mean hope. It stands for the House of L.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
But I just... keep Lightning Lass a redhead.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things that need to be kept the same. But, like, a lot of times, you know, it doesn't necessarily matter with gender, like you're saying, and things like that. Like with the whole Iris thing, you know? I mean, people are going to have their issues, but...
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's not really much to talk about the episode as a whole.
I mean...
But...
I wish that Lena and Andrea could be the friends they were again before. Yeah. But obviously that's not gonna happen. Not with Lena anyway. Right. Andrea thinks that they are. Right. But Lena's like, no girl.
I'm freaking using you, but...
Yeah.
But I think at the end, when Wynn was like... Say it again. Anyways. he was just like...
It's like doo-doo.
It is. You do that.
Win-win. It's weird.
It is. He said, don't rush or push things with Lena.
Yeah.
Let them happen.
Right.
And I was like, so she's gonna come back to us!
He knows because he's from the future.
Right? Like, that gave me so much hope for her future.
Yeah. And I loved that he used the line from Doc Brown. Of course I did. I mean...
You're obsessed.
I'm obsessed. But it was great.
Yeah.
It's like the future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one.
Yeah.
But he's not wrong.
No.
It's one of my favorite lines anyway that he says.
Yeah.
So.
It's just... I enjoyed the story.
Yeah, I did too.
I'm not... The whole thing with Brainy kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
But I understand where he's coming from.
Right. And I thought, I don't know, but I thought that, like, the whole William and Kara thing was gonna have a different outcome.
It will in the future.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know. I thought that, like, more was gonna happen in the episode with them. Like, I thought we were gonna see him in more than just those two scenes. Like, I was kind of waiting throughout the episode for, like, when we were going to see him again.
Right.
Because I'm like, wait, so that's the next scene we see him, like, near the end, you know?
Right.
So.
I was just like, I realize it's no longer Valentine's Day, but this is their Valentine's Day episode.
Yeah.
Like, give us something.
Mm-hmm.
And then not even Kelly, you know?
Right.
Like, she didn't even have a scene with Alex.
I know.
And I was like,
and
where's
Nia
all
wasn't
the
even
love?
in the episode.
Right?
But I mean, it's not like her and Brainy are together right now.
Right.
But still.
But I mean, you know, like, Valentine's Day isn't just like a day to celebrate love. Like, it's also a day that all the people that aren't in love regret their losses.
Right.
Or the fact that they've never been in love.
Right.
You know, so, like, I would have liked to see, like, how it affected, like, how the idea of Valentine's Day would affect Brainy after having been in a relationship. Mm-hmm. Or even how it would have affected Nia after being with him.
Yeah.
Like,
it would have been interesting to see that story done. Because I don't think that they have done that before.
No.
So. But yeah, like, I was hoping that at least we'd see a little bit more, but yeah, there's more to come, so.
Yeah.
And it's like she should take her own advice with what she said to Win. I mean, he could surprise her. He could be different, and he might be somebody that's okay with it, you know?
And she's just,
I know she's
really
scared.
hurt over what happened with Lena, and so she's just, like, actively terrified that it'll happen again.
Yeah, and I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Like, I get why she's feeling that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because Lena was her best friend.
Yeah.
And, so yeah, like, it's definitely gonna hurt. So she doesn't know if she can trust anyone again. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, aside from, like, Alex and...
Right.
John and everything, but, yeah, so.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm warming up to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This episode kind of made me really like the idea of them together, even though I've been strictly against it from day one.
Yeah. I was just trying to be optimistic because I knew going into this season that she was going to have a love interest. Yeah. So I was thinking, well, it's got to be him, you know, eventually.
I think by the the final episode will be them on a date.
Yeah. Or maybe before that.
Yeah, but...
Because, I mean, we still have a while before the season's over. Like a couple months.
Months?
Yeah.
What episode number is this?
This is 12.
Oh.
And usually Supergirl's a full season.
Mm-hmm. Like,
so we have
22, 24 episodes.
Yeah, so we probably have about like 10 episodes left.
Mm-hmm.
And they're probably going to take a break in around like April-ish.
Yeah. So
because they usually do.
I mean, we might get one date out of it.
Maybe.
But I don't think she's going to reveal this season. I want her to, because it'll be a weight off her shoulders.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think, and like we've said before, too, like, the only way that she can be in a good relationship with somebody is if she's honest about who she is. Mm-hmm.
Which is why I always thought that she'd be with one of the friends she had.
Yeah.
You know,
like
that
James
already
or
knew.
Wynn or something like that.
But, you know, like...
Because I was totally down with her and James in the first season.
Right? And then Monel. Totally.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Because he already, he knew.
They called them Caramel. Yeah. Caramel. I loved them. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
So, it, like, I don't know, it's just...
But I
can't keep dangling guys in front of us and saying, yeah, nope.
Right? So I really hope that, like, if this does go somewhere, that she's at least honest about it and is like, look, you know, this is who I am. You either accept that or you don't. Like, I'm trying to be honest here because I don't want the same thing to happen, you know?
Yeah, I think...
Almost like a Paige and Henry situation. Like, that's what I keep thinking about. Because, like, all the people that she'd been with before that, like, you know, Kyle knew, but... Like, you know.
Yeah.
But Henry was just, like, totally cool with it. Like, he was like, yeah. You're like, he didn't care.
Yeah.
He still wanted to be with her. I don't know why I automatically think of that, but I just...
Right. Charmed, for you guys who
yeah,
are
like,
confused
I don't
by
know.
that.
I think it's just because it's a witch thing. It's like, it's a secret. Like, that's the one that comes to mind when I'm thinking of, like, them keeping a secret and having to be with somebody. So.
Yeah. I think that if it doesn't happen for her this season, then I don't want her with anyone ever, because I'm tired of it.
Yeah, me too. I'm tired of it.
Like, if she doesn't get with William, I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't care about the next guy that comes through.
And I mean, I've said that too in the past, because I'm just like, I've gotten so tired of them doing that, like just dangling it and being like, oh yeah, she's not in a good enough place to be in a relationship right now, or she's too afraid to reveal herself or whatever. But I think now, because of how things have changed, and like, you know, everything that happened with Lena and the world being the way that it is now, like, yeah, she's afraid, but I think that she's learned her lesson in the fact that she's more willing to be honest about that in order to be with someone.
Yeah.
Because in the past, she legitimately wasn't. But now she is.
Yeah.
She just has to be okay with saying it.
I think we basically set up.
Yeah. I mean, except in if you want to talk about Lex, but I don't know.
Lex. Right, because he found the Leviathan girl and he made friends with her. I forgot her name already. Damn.
Yeah. I just think of her as the mom of freaking Nancy and Mike in Stranger Things. That's what I think of when I see her.
Like, so, you know,
same actress.
You know, she's there. She talked Andrea into letting Lena touch her magic eyeballs.
Her obsidian tech.
Yes. And the ending scene with her, and the old woman, she's back.
I know.
So when the universe rebooted, the old woman came back to life. Because we needed her.
And freaking Lex wants the immortality that the Leviathan have.
Yeah, but I think, I don't know.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't care.
And Brainy's the new director.
Yes. But the ending with the old lady and her, she had told the old lady, I think it's something that she will want to know about. Like, so it makes me think that there's a higher power controlling the ancient gods that are the Leviathan.
Oh yeah, most likely.
And it's a woman. And I'm like, freaking hell yes.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm imagining, because the last Leviathan that we faced off with was an Earth person. And, like, he was, like, this god that was worshipped in, like, ancient history. I'm like, so, since we've had an ancient god, and then we had this girl, who's the one that's in charge? Is it, like, Athena or some shit? Like, please, Lord, let it be.
Yes.
Like, some
the
ancient Greek god. Like...
Right? That'd be amazing.
Right?
Or, like, Xena, but Xena's not an ancient god.
If that was her name, I'd die. Oh. Even though she's bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much...
Yeah, and then next week's the 100th episode. Or this week, I guess I should say.
Right. Next episode.
Yeah, and Monel's back! So excited.
Yes. So, yeah, I guess until next time, love yourself and be happy.